Yeah, but that yeah, that's one. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you are well. Today, as you can see by the thumbnail and the title of this video, and it's probably why you've clicked on this video, I am taking a BMW GS R1250 out to compare to my S1000XR. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm in the market for potentially a new bike. I don't know 100% yet, but I am actively looking at the moment to see if there's anything out there that grabs my attention. Now, I'm not discounting keeping this bike. It's pretty obvious I love it, but I have done a few miles on it now, about 14,500 miles, and it's, you know, the more miles you do on a bike, less value it has, and blah 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 blah. As you see, I did test ride an MT10, and that was, well, partly because I am contemplating going back to a naked bike. Although I really loved that bike. I mean, I was, you know, giggling and screaming like a little girl riding that. If you haven't seen that video, have a look. I am literally just like a little child riding it. So I have test ridden one before, and surprisingly to me, I didn't actually like it very much. But I did speak to a few people on you know, GS forums and, you know, the Facebook pages, and everyone's saying, you know, you need to take it out for at least a second ride, yeah, spend a bit more time with it, get to know it. And so I'm not going to write it off completely. So hence why today I'm going out for another test ride on one, just to see if it was just a fluke I didn't like it, or whether I just don't like it. So yeah, the GS versus the XR, who will come out on top? We shall see. You know, the GS has got a big hill to climb for me to like it more than this, but it is one of the best selling bikes on the market, so I'm going to give it a second try and see what I think. So, next time I speak to you, I shall be on the GS. Speak to you shortly. Welcome back aboard the GS. This is just a standard GS, it's not the GSA. Just picked up from BMW in Norwich. I'm not gonna lie, it's not as bad as I remember. That's weird. Every time you stop, the sort of the whole suspension just drops, so you can reach the floor easily. That's quite nice, to be fair. Mine don't do that. Ah, it's early days and we just got on it, so come on. The lorry's up my backside. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, that quick shifter is nasty. Oh no, that's into third. That is nothing at all up my XR. I mean, don't get me wrong, using the clutch, very smooth gear change, but the quick shifters, yeah, it's pretty naff. So one thing I have noticed instantly is how comfortable this bike is. Literally the seat is very comfortable. So you can see it's drop ready and stop. Oh, you can't really see it, but I can assure you it definitely drops. The seat is very comfortable. Suspension is very plush at the moment. It is in road mode, so let's change that. Road, dynamic, eco, rain, road. We'll keep the dynamic. That's what I ride my bike in, so we'll stick to it. Oh, I don't like that quick shifter. That is horrendous. Bypass, the bike's designed to do, a bit of touring. So I'm getting no buffeting, which is really nice. The screen does a really good job of the getting rid of the buffeting. I'm getting a lot of wind around my chest area. but that's not really a problem. Look at my brake and look to the speed camera, look. I got no number plate, but I'm only doing 55 miles an hour now, so one thing this bike is renowned for is its torque. So I mean, it isn't really a fair test because I'm sitting at like 68 in 6th gear, but just out of curiosity. Okay, yeah, that is pretty torquey. How we doing, bud? Yeah, that is pretty torquey, I'll give it that. I mean, to be fair, sitting here right now, it's actually a very nice bike. But to be fair, I need to wait until I get on more twisty roads, because that's when I'll really notice the difference between my bike and this, because my bike's comfortable on the bypass. You know, I'll get to the twistier roads and I'll come back to you. Welcome back, guys. I just had a little bit of a play before I turned the cameras back on. I think I was a little bit critical of this bike. Last time I took it out, I really didn't like it. I couldn't get used to it. I didn't understand it, you know, everything about it. I just couldn't get, and I really didn't like it. But obviously on the forums, everyone said take it out for a second ride. You know, ride the torque, spend a bit of time with it, sort of play about it a little bit more. And this is something I do like. The roll-on torque of this bike it's impressive. I'm not gonna lie. That torque is very, very impressive. And quite addictive. I mean, now I've been riding it a little while, been on it for what, just over half an hour. I've took into account everything everyone said about it. You know, ride the torque, sort of play about it a little bit more. Scooters, how we doing? How you doing? You know, one thing I did say about the bike when I last took it out is I didn't find it fun. It wasn't a fun bike to ride. I'm going to take that back. Obviously this road is, you know, quite bendy, quite sort of twisty, and I have actually had fun riding it. Unlike last time, for some reason last time I didn't gel with it. This time I have gelled with it quite nicely, and yeah, I am actually having a bit of fun with it. So one thing I'm not really ever keen on this bike so far is, although the engine's set in dynamic mode and suspension set in dynamic, I mean on my bike you feel it's in dynamic mode. With this, it just feels like, I mean it does tighten up, don't get me wrong, you know, from road mode to dynamic it does tighten up, but the dynamic on this bike just feels like road mode on my bike. And you know, I'm on the XR, when you put it in dynamic, you know you're in dynamic. You know, everything's a lot more responsive, suspension's a lot harder. You know, you know you're in sports mode if you like. This, I kind of feel that the dynamic mode is kind of a little bit firmer than my road mode. That's quite nice, so better just do that. Oh yeah, quick shifter. So I've noticed from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, the quick shifter is absolutely awful. It's horrendous. My XR, no matter what gear you're going into, it's buttery smooth. Downshift on this one is just as good as my XR, I'll give it that. The upshifting from 1 to 2, 2 to 3 is pretty naff. 3 to 4 is better, 5 to 6 is how it should be, I find anyway. I am liking this quite a lot actually. Now people said you can't ride like the XR, but I do agree with that. You can't really ride like the XR, it's got to be ridden differently, you've got to ride the torque like everyone said. The XR's a 940, it likes to be revved. This doesn't, but it doesn't need to either. This being the second test ride of a GS, I wanted it to be naff and like literally just ride it off. Nope, not going on the GS. And now I'm not so sure. I'm honestly not sure. I'm actually enjoying it a lot more than I did last time I was out on. I can completely get and understand why these sell so much because I'm gonna say it is a good bike. I like it. Do I like it more than XR? I'm not really sure. Again, they're two very different bikes, but I don't know. I honestly, I can't answer it. I suppose the big question is, would I happily trade in my XR for one of these? I wanted to say no. I really did. I really wanted to say no. My XR is a far better bike. Now I'm not so sure. It's extremely comfortable. It is actually quite good fun when you start sort of, I don't know, trusting it and understanding it a bit better. The suspension isn't what I would class as dynamic, but I can sort of forget about that. I do prefer the sound of my XR. Another thing I have noticed, pretty much every bike I ride past, no one nods. On my XR people nod. On this, people don't. They just ignore you. I think it's a GS thing. People just don't like GS's. I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm in trouble. I am in trouble. That instant power though is very nice. I don't think I'm ready to give it back. Didn't think I'd be saying that. I thought I'd be just quite happy to give it back. Wind on. Quick shift up. Quick shift up. See, perfectly smooth. The biggest problem for me now is everybody has got a GS. What I like about my XR is there's not that many around, but everybody has a GS, everybody, and just seeing them does my nutting, because you always see a GS, and I like having something a bit different to the norm. You know, my XR, you know, red and carbon, you know, that's what attracted to it, because it looks different to your norm. That also being said, because there isn't many XRs around, even if I did get an XR that's like sort of the norm, I don't actually think I'd mind too much, because there isn't many of them around. With this, no matter what colour you got it in, I mean, I would personally go for the triple black, and that is the one that, again, everybody goes for. Not everybody, admittedly, but a lot of people go for the triple black one. I don't know. I really wish I could give you a conclusion, but I honestly can't. I absolutely love my XR, but this is actually a very good bike, and I'm really unsure. Really unsure. Oh dear. I'm not going to do a walk around of this bike because, I mean, let's face it, everyone's seen the GS, everyone knows what a GS looks like. I will put a picture up on the screen of this actual particular one. I think this is the Rally, I think it is. Is it the Rally? Yeah, I think so. This is not a review video, this is just a GS versus my XR. My opinions, really. My opinion is, I don't know. Oh, I really don't know. Got some thinking to do. Now guys, I'm sorry that I didn't really give you a end conclusion to the video, because well, I thought I'd be able to say, yep, 100% love it, I'm gonna go buy one, goodbye XR. Or what I thought was gonna say is, no, it's horrible, I hate it, I didn't like the first test ride, I don't like the second test ride, it's going back, and that's it. yeah, it's not like that at all though. I don't have an answer. This should be this hard. So guys, if you've ever test rode a GS and you own an XR, what do you think? Do you think the GS is better than the XR? Or do you think the XR is just something else like entirely? Or did you test ride a GS and absolutely love it that much you traded your XR in? I am really torn. I had so much fun on that test ride that I just think, I just think I'm in trouble. Anyway guys, thank you very much for tuning in, and I shall speak to you on the next video. Speak to you later.